Hello, hi, welcome to the stream tonight. Tonight I'm going to be playing a game I haven't streamed before yet. It's called Crossout. It's been around for a while now, so you might have heard of it. If not, the idea is think it's kind of like Mad Max crossed with like Battlebots or Robot Wars, some of those type of things where you're making your own crazy death vehicles that are a mix of sci-fi parts and like tank parts and regular buggies and vehicles. So you take them, you go and fight other players' machines in PvP modes. You can squad up and go and do player versus environment like patrols and things like that. And they have a really cool like single player or multiple player campaign mode. So they have a lot that they've put into the game, and they've always been adding more and more new things to it. Like the newest addition is Sky Raider, so they've added flying vehicles to the game, and I'm wicked pumped to start checking it out. So what I'm going to be doing today is showing off a few of my designs. Some of them are really goofy, some of them are kind of cool. So we're going to show them off, explain kind of how they work and test them. And then we're going to take them to some PvP and see how we do. And we're also maybe going to try to take some time to do some of the building. I have like my first kind of prototype of my flying vehicle that I want to try out. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to try it out, and we'll see about trying to make some improvements to the design on stream to see if we can get a better version of it. So that's what I've got planned for today. Let's take a peek. Something else you can do is you can make super gigantic vehicles called Leviathans. Sadly you can't use those on your own, but you can send them out to go destroy things on their own. I'll just show off real quick of Leviathan, what that looks like. You kind of just set them onto their own path, but yeah, we're dropping drones. We've got like tons of different machines, like guns and rocket launchers and stuff. This stuff is a bit much. Yeah, you don't really use those. You use your normal armored cars or your armored aircraft. But let's take a look at some of my armored cars. First one I'll show you is the one I'm calling the tank prototype. This one, I was able to get some of these Goliath tank tracks, right? I've mounted some of these cool things that came with a pack I got. So it's like, got these big bumpers and this plow set up on the front. So anyone that kind of comes in close contact with, we can get a good ramming speed and do some melee damage. But we would prefer to sit back. We've got a couple of the little machine guns tucked in the tank here, kind of like you'd see on a regular tank, Oh no, am I messing it up? How do I go? Oh, up is up. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I've got this as like a scope to help you zoom in extra far from a distance. I've got a machine gun on the top, and then I've got my main cannon, and then this is more to help find enemies. Inside the tank, like let's take a look more at kind of the guts of some of the extra stuff. So we've got the weapons, we've got kind of the exterior. I made it look a lot like a tank with some of these armored components. But let's take a look here. I've got the big cabin, it's called the Humpback, and this is kind of what it does. As you take damage, you increase the amount of damage that you deal. So that's cool. The tracks, a lot of these purple ones have special abilities too. So any parts attached to it, like the main cabin, are increased in durability. So that's helpful thing to set up there. And then we've got some extra ammunition packs. When it comes to ammo, like our machine guns are unlimited, but they don't do a ton of damage. But the big cannon, that only has a set amount of ammo. So I brought a couple rows of extra ammunition with it, which is cool, but you got to keep in mind that explodes if somebody else does get to a point where they can shoot it. The car jack is always a helpful thing in this game, because if you get tipped over you'll be able to press X and it'll kind of jump you up and try to regain your balance. You can do that like after a second or two. Whereas if you don't have that, you gotta wait a while and people can wail on you while you're down. This one is like just reloading speed of things like rockets and the big cannons and stuff. This is a thing that's gonna help me with my what the fuck am I saying? It's gonna help me like take longer for my machine guns to have to cool down, so you get to fire more bullets with your machine guns before they have to do a little overheat and reload sort of situation. Radio just helps how you can transmit position of enemies to allies. This does something similar, but yeah, so they're kind of just a communication thing. Oh, I forgot I had another ammo pack tucked in there. And then one of the other couple things in the middle is the engine, the hot rod. This kind of helps give us more, like a better limit for mass and power, so it can help you go a little faster, especially on other vehicles, and how much kind of stuff you can put on the tank. The other big thing in the middle is this thing, Apollo. That's the best generator at this point in the game, as best as I can remember. That gives you 4 extra points of energy. So your weapons and some of your better systems, like this thing, and well, any of them that have it labeled, like maybe not this guy, but yeah, some of your other systems use energy. So it's, you have to manage that. But yeah. Generally, when it comes to like how much stuff you can make or put on a vehicle, it's going to come down to what kind of cabin you have. They have light ones that are meant to be smaller and faster, so you're not going to be able to make like I did with this one, like a big tank with a lot of heavy duty parts, because the cabin isn't really built, even with a powerful engine, is only going to be able to handle so much. Whereas this thing, right, the mass limit is like 20,000. Versus, say, like a nice little light cabin like this, the mass limit is 8,000 something. You see, so you can put a lot more on a big cabin, but they're not going to come with as much energy or as much speed. So you kind of have to know, if you want to make a big, slower moving but heavily armored bruiser, usually look for a heavy cabin. Or if you want to make like a light, fast, speedy guy, you go lighter or medium, and you kind of go from there. Now, I just completely messed this up, but that's okay, because this is a saved blueprint, so I'm just gonna exit and have a destroyed tank here, go into my blueprints, go down to tank prototype, assemble it, and now it's back together. So now I'm gonna stop talking a bit, and I'm gonna show you what it can do. So yeah, when you kind of come out of the garage, you've got your Leviathan that's equipped, your armored car, so the one you're driving, and then your other aircraft. I'm just gonna start going down the row here and start shooting our targets. See, we've got some machine gun fire from our 3 machine guns that do like really last for a good amount of time, because they take a little longer to overheat with our stuff. The other nice thing about the 2 machine guns in the front is, while they're firing, you have a little bit of resistance to damage while they're going up, and then it stops kind of right when that little green bar stops. So yeah, that's kind of what that green bar is. That's how some of those abilities will work. And then we've got our big cannon. So the idea is you want to roll up on them, firing the machine guns and delivering powerful shots with the cannon. Then if you get close, you can crunch them with the with your melee attack. So that's kind of the idea with this one. So let me maybe show off a little bit more of how the game kind of works. So I'm just kind of shooting some of those parts that all blew and flew off of the back of the truck, because all your parts have a certain number of health. So you shoot apart a bunch, eventually it'll usually fall off. Same thing will work with, say, like tires or the enemy's weapons. So, you know, sometimes you can really make an enemy ineffective by, instead of just destroying them outright or trying to aim for the cabin all the time, you can try to see if you can immobilize them by taking out their tires, or just take them mostly out of the fight if you're able to shoot off their weapons. Right? Now he's immobilized. He doesn't have any weapons. If we really had to, in a pinch, we could just leave him where he is to go and fight somebody else. But we're gonna finish him. But yeah, so that is our tank. So what I'm thinking is maybe we'll show him off a little bit in some PvP. So I'll take this prototype, now that we've had some fun testing it on these targets. We'll go and do a couple PvP matches with it, and I'll show you some of the other modes. Before I leave, one quick thing. Yeah, they just added this aircraft carrier thing for the Air Raiders chapter with your flying aircraft now that you can, your armored aircraft that you can build. One last thing in this area, you can go out back in this little section and they'll spawn some kind of easy Battlebots for you to fight. So you can do some live combat testing, but obviously these things are really weak compared to like what you'll see with other players like vehicles. Fuck that guy up. See, he just used the car jack, right, to get himself up. Another thing that's maybe worth mentioning, since I haven't really pointed it out, is generally you aim where your screen is aiming. However, some things like your turrets, or some of your, like our machine guns that are in the front of the car that are kind of locked into a really limited field of vision, are not going to move exactly where we just wrecked them with melee. They're not going to move exactly where your screen moves. So like here, our only weapon that can shoot that way is this top machine gun. That's kind of it. The rest of our machine guns can only shoot forward to a certain field, and then this second little crosshair is our main cannon. So see, the second one is aiming at the doors on that side thing. So that's where the cannon would shoot, even if we're shooting, like aiming left with our screen. So you know, if you've played any other kind of games, like, what's that game, like War Thunder or any other tank sort of battle games, this will be a familiar kind of setup. The turret is on the tank, like, isn't always aiming right where your screen shows it to be aiming, because it's got limited field of vision and motion. So that's something we got to keep in mind. We really want to keep our targets in front of us if we want to do actual damage to them. And we also, if we want to, can try to do some decent damage with our cannon at range. You've got kind of like other games where, you know, bullets drop and stuff, like a lot of them do. You've got kind of your distance to try to help you with aiming. Now in a game like this, there's like regular guns and cannons and stuff. There's also crazy sci-fi weapons that work differently. So like if we had like a sci-fi, like some sort of like an energy weapon sort of cannon, some of those will just fly straight across, so you don't have to account for like bullet drop or any of that sort of stuff. But that's enough yapping. Let me bring this thing into a battle. Here we go. Sometimes the music in this game is something else I like. This is pretty standard. It's solid, but yeah, some of the battle music and stuff, especially while you're in these screens waiting and stuff, is actually pretty cool. I do like some of the background tracks in this game. Gets you a little hyped to go and get into the battle. So yeah, you hypothetically, I believe, can group up with other friends if you're playing this game and go into battle on the same team together. Or probably you can do like private battles against each other and stuff as well. See how we're getting projectile shot at us because somebody on the other team has like some really long range stuff, and they're trying to just shoot like some artillery sort of weapons at us. So I'm gonna kind of stay behind some cover here and try to just capture this outpost. This is pretty standard, like a lot of other games have. A, B, and C, you try to capture them and hold them, or you just eliminate the enemies. In most game modes, you don't have like a respawn option when it's player against player. Special events, they do, some of them, but like most of your average PvP, when you're out for the match. So the matches are all pretty fast. Like the whole thing has a timer, I think, of like 5 minutes, so more or less. See, there's their dudes moving around over there. That's one of their artilleries. We hit that guy, did some solid damage. We gotta be careful, they're really aiming at me now. But we're trying to just continue to help our guys here and barrage this thing. But yeah, see, that's like a spider tank, right? He's got the cool spider wheels, you know? We're doing good damage, but he's doing a lot more. But I think some of his buddies keep hitting us too. Yeah, I was trying to... So something I tried to do there is if you push in both joysticks, you have a self-destruct timer that starts, but I did it too late. I didn't realize I was going down on health a lot. Yeah, that's the thing in this game that sometimes I struggle with when I haven't been playing it for a while to come back, is knowing when should you move in and when should you try to disengage. Like, I really wanted to keep taking that dude out because we were doing good damage against him, but he was retreating into where he had more allies than I did, so I really needed to back off of him and not keep just charging after him, because other people kept shooting me the whole time I was chasing him. But our guys finished him off for us, so we got points for an assist there. But right now it's what? 2 of our guys and 3 of theirs. We might be, yeah, I think we're struggling here. Both of our guys are about to blow up. Yeah, we lose this. But like, you know, you see, you get in matches, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you do good. But we had a solid-ish match when it comes to, we did some good damage, we helped take a guy out, but like, we didn't really kill anybody, and I mean, we weren't great, but it was just, the only other person that really had a good match on our side was this top person. Everybody else was 500s or worse, so we didn't, as a team, it wasn't a good game. So that's the thing. Sometimes you'll do something like that and you think, oh man, I really had a bad game there, but then you'll see how the rest of my team that I was with do, and nobody did much better, and you're like, okay, we kind of got outmatched or something. They try to keep matchmaking and balance pretty fair, but you really never know. It can, you know, it can sometimes just put like teams where a bunch of better vehicles are on one side or the other, so either you and your team just destroy them or vice versa. Also, then people sometimes just you know, make bad moves. You might just make some bad plays in a game, so probably don't want to go after that guy. See, they had a cool cloaking thing on them, which I have on 1 or 2 of mine, and I'll show that off pretty soon. This guy's lighting fast. Oh, I was really hoping to line up a good shot with the cannon on him. It might. Nope, I needed to. Well, I think I did get him on the like the area of effect kind of thing. There we go. Yeah, he really nailed the front of us, so we're just on our cannon now. Oof, he had a crazy, some sort of crazy melee weapon, I guess. I don't know how he just That's the thing, I don't play this game crazy a lot, so it feels like half the time you do matches, it's like people have some random shit, you're like, oh, that's in the game now? You know? There is an element of, you really have to grind in this game, or you're not gonna get the best stuff, so, you know, it's like, I play pretty casual, so it all depends. sometimes you make and see the whole team was shit again, so it's like sometimes you get a bunch of matches like that, but yeah, sometimes you try to make like a better and better, more stronger vehicle, which is great, but then you're going to be paired up against stronger and stronger opponents. Like in this match, we're one of the weakest ones in terms of power level. We've got 2, 3 that are all 10,000. The lowest on the other team power thing is 12,000. So it's like we're kind of a little undermatched, I'd say, compared to who we're going against. Oh man. Our guy's like shooting us in the back. There's not really like friendly fire or nothing, so it's fine. Okay, you're running smash into me, which is not helpful. He just wasn't looking where he was going at all. Okay, is this an enemy that's right behind us? It is. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we just got fucked up because I didn't realize an enemy circled behind us. I thought it was our own dipshit shooting me in the back again like he kept doing the whole game, but no, that was finally an enemy. But yeah. We don't need to wait to see no rewards again. But yeah, so that's kind of some of the standard PvP stuff. So let me go select mode. So you can do different kind of PvP that go against different types of, well, like you kind of go after different types of resources. Other resources that you'll eventually need are going to be more in special stuff where you have to scavenge through adventure modes and stuff. Those are like regular PvP stuff. Patrol is like player against environment, so you team up with other randoms that it'll give you, or it'll be your friends if you want to. See, I could invite people to a squad down there. And those are kind of the two main patrol sort of things. Some of these will tell you, like this one, to get the wires, you need to be using a vehicle that's power level of 4,000 or more. So some of them will have requirements like that, but not all. Then these are like different raids where you're going after like specific objectives, and it's like a couple of different types of missions you'll get. Some of them you're doing a defense where you're making turrets and beating waves of enemies. Others you're moving through like a whole map and you got to do a couple things and then escape. Others you're going against like big raid bosses and stuff like that. Like you and your teammates are going against some big crazy machines. Clan stuff I haven't really ever done. And then brawls are fun because these will be like these are ones where you'll respawn, so you'll be able to just do a crazy match and you can shoot some people, then you'll blow up, you'll come back, and it'll just run for like a certain amount of time or until one team reaches whatever the point total is. And then yeah, Awakening, this is your story mode, so you can group up and do most of these missions together, or you just can play it solo. And they have a whole little campaign plus tons of different side quests you can do, special events that happen throughout when you're online too. So there's a lot to do in each of the types of game modes. They've really put a lot of care and work into it, which is cool. I don't know if you have to be a flying one in this. I think this might just be a full-on free-for-all. I'm not sure. Some of those are teams, some of them are free-for-alls. But yeah, that's okay. We're gonna do... I could do like a raid or something. Maybe we'll do like a easy raid or something just to show you a little bit of that. Maybe then I'll show you some of the like the campaign sort of stuff, and then we'll just start showing some of our different vehicle designs, and we'll try them out in PvP and stuff. So I'll show you how they're meant to work. We'll see how they do. in your story mode stuff, you can die and respawn and everything, but then when you're on a mission, you pretty much have to do the mission. But if you die, you gotta restart it or restart from a checkpoint or one of those kind of deals. It's been a little while since I played through it, but yeah. I guess sometimes it does take a little while longer for the raids, so we're gonna just blow some stuff up out back. Oh, never mind. So capture the oil tower and steal the fuel. So we are gonna have to go and follow the instructions, like where the objectives are. We're gonna have to complete a series of a couple of objectives. Inevitably, we'll have to fight a bunch of enemies, probably turrets and stuff. And usually some sort of boss. The bosses usually aren't crazy in these game modes. Not like the big Leviathan raid bosses, but still. Ooh, he might be a newer character for me. See, this is our little squad we're rolling up with. And then there's some AI enemies off in the distance. I don't know if I've ever done one of these with this vehicle. So yeah, you can pick up those little things in story and other types of modes like this to get more ammo, which is nice. Somebody's smashing me. Yeah, this is not usually a vehicle I bring on these, just because it's kind of slow and not a lot of mobility. It's kind of better to be able to have higher mobility on stuff like this, but when you can catch on to some of them, you just run through them like we just did. Alright, we're doing our objective. Nice. Now, we're going to get to that truck and protect it. Yeah, you can do, this is a really easy one, but there are much more difficult versions of these types of raids and stuff that can get really, really crazy and intense. Especially if you're in with like a group that's fun. I did one or two of these where I grouped up with some folks in voice chat, and it was a lot of fun. Feel like, did this get glitched or something? There should be more waves of enemies. Okay, no, here we go. We killed them in more time than quicker time than they probably thought we were going to. Waiting to see if more might come from this side this time. Oh, some, yeah. I started doing the whiplash thing because I saw people on the other side, just ahead of this side. I do like with this cannon, especially with a lot of the AI stuff, if you can get a good shot on them, you can one-shot a lot of them. It's pretty fun. But no, they have some crazy stuff, like missile launchers that'll shoot like a volley or a barrage of missiles from long distance. You can do, I'll show you my drone launcher build that shoots like 3 or 4 different drones to attack enemies with turrets and stuff. Like, you can get some really crazy stuff. Plus some of the cool energy-based weapons can go pretty hard. I'm just like brick walling these things as they're trying to jump over the hill. They just jump down into an absolute wall. Like 2 or 3 of them just got wrecked. We got like 30 seconds. Then we might have to, if I'm guessing right, probably escort that truck to the end of the map or something like that. That'd be my best guess. Maybe not though. Oh shit. I hope I didn't just shoot the truck. No, I didn't. I was like bodying my own teammate there, but it didn't do damage to him. It just moved him around. But I really wanted to make sure I got at some of these enemies. Yeah, see, alright, yeah, truck's fueled up. Now it's an escort mission, which isn't always super fun, but in games like this, it really just feels more like you're playing like a level in Mad Max or something, honestly. When you do these, it's legit like you're just trying to guard Furiosa and stuff, you know, like on the war rig. That's more what it feels like in this game for when you do these kind of missions. I can't aim backwards with much, so I was like hoping the other dude that was back there was gonna do shit, but we got a teammate who's back there but not doing a whole heck of a lot. I'm trying to get up to the truck here to make sure it doesn't get swarmed, but I might be doing okay. Maybe I should have just gone and taken out those other enemies. I'm not sure if more were gonna spawn here or not. Oh yeah, there are more spawning. Oh, I thought that was gonna hit it for sure. Here we go. So the enemy kind of boss is coming up now. Oh, it's too close to the cannon. I really want to get the... Oh, here we go. Scarecrow. Dude, we're just bodying this dude. Yeah. Now we just got to destroy the last few, and we're pretty much through it. This was, again, this was one of the easy ones. So, I mean, in terms of difficulty, it's not like we had to do anything all that crazy. You'll basically do more of these in different game modes, but the difficulty from the enemies and the amount of them and stuff is going to be a lot tougher. Plus, there'll be different types of enemies. They've got stuff that'll like try to lock onto your vehicle and hold it in place for like moments, so that lets them get free hits on you and different stuff like that. So, oh, did I just do battle? I have a habit of pushing that from the regular PvP stuff. So yeah, all right, that's neat. Let me start showing a couple other blueprint ideas. I guess since we did the tank, I'll show you. This is a new one I'm sort of working on now. It's very similar, but I'm calling it the light tank. It's a similar idea, but with like a medium cabin. So it's a lot less armored, and it's not quite as efficient, but it's got the same idea, right? Where we've got a couple of machine guns there and 2 in the front. It's basically got an extra machine gun. Plus the cannon looks like it's hidden, so it's all part of the same design. But I don't really have much to put back here. I was like right up to the, see on the top right, my stat box here, power score, durability, all that stuff. Look at tonnage, the TONNAGE tonnage. That is how much stuff pretty much I can put on it pretty much. I'm like right up to the end on that. So if I put any more on there, it's gonna make it so that I go extremely slow, because I've got more weight on it than the vehicle can handle. So yeah, this one, let me show off the guts. This is so convenient that these things just pop on and off, and I could show you the side profile. But yeah, we've got the frames on the bottom, we've got the tracks to make it move, we've got the executioner cannon, kind of like the other tank. The howl is our cabin. So here are the stats for it. This one, you do more damage when enemies are close to you. It really isn't, I didn't really choose this one so much for that extra ability. It's great when you can get abilities that help you do what your vehicle's trying to do better, but this one was really just more of a convenience and space thing. Plus it had better mass and tonnage than some of the other medium kind of ones did. We've got, yeah, our 2 machine guns in this little area, so they're kind of from the front, you can't quite see them unless you just blow them up. And then these other machine guns are usually protected by the tracks, plus they've kind of got these little sort of roof compartment above and behind it, and then it's got a similar sort of setup next to it, which again isn't super durable, but it just, from the look, it's all pretty slick. So then kind of the next step is we've got 1 or 2 ammo packs. We've got a couple ammo packs, but not as many, because these, remember, also explode, but they just to give our cannon some more ammo. We've got the radio in the back, which helps kind of transmit enemy positions to the enemies. I can just move this, right? Yeah, let me move that out. The gas gen is a generator like that big spinning thing in our other tank, but it's a little smaller and more convenient, and it only gives you 3 energy instead of 4 like the other one did. Then I don't know if I have a car jack in this one. I don't think I do. So this one, if it flips over, you kind of have a tough time getting it back up. It's really minimalistic right now. So this is a blueprint I'm kind of workshopping. I literally just was playing around like a day or 2 ago with the idea of this, so I'm just trying to see how I can get it to work. But yeah, it is a little quicker. Not great with turn radius and stuff, but it is faster than the other tank, but a bit less ammo in our cannon. Not that you always get to use too much of your cannon anyways in like a multiplayer match. Well, I guess PvP, not so much. I mean, other types of multiplayer matches maybe. I'm sort of ignoring that that thing because I'm gonna go over my helicopter thing later. Also, I don't have the same kind of scope on this, so it's not going to be as good from range, and I don't really have anything on the front for melee, so this is a really lighter kind of tank in terms of how its abilities stack together, in terms of how thick/thin the armor really is, and in terms of what it has in it. But it's a little faster moving, a little more compact and sleek, so it's just an idea I was experimenting with. Yeah, I think it was literally like a couple days ago. Last time I was on this game, I just was like, you know, what if I tried to do that? And that's really the fun part in this game, is you really can just try different things out when you have the chance, and if you like it, you can try to save it as a blueprint. You have only limited space for blueprints, so you gotta try to reserve them for stuff that you really do think you're going to want to use, but you can make and assemble whatever you want with the parts that you have, and then the game will tell you if it's too heavy or you need more energy to use certain weapons or stuff like that. Yeah, so this is our light tank. I'm not going to do matches with this one really, because it's pretty much the same thing that you've seen, just not as good at this point, so you kind of get the idea. Now, a completely different type of car I call Mini Pat, right? Yeah, the Mini Patriot, because I did red, white, and blue. This little fucking hot rod thing, it's got these 2 things they call uncategorized weapons. I'll show you what they do. They're spinning turrets. They're kind of like machine guns, but it's more like energy kind of weapons. And they'll just keep constant fire the entire time, and it's got 1 extra little machine gun up top. The whole setup is just all mix of red, white, and blue, trying to make it sort of make sense. These wheels, they kind of look like the tumbler in the old the Dark Knight trilogy. They kind of look like those sort of wheels. So that's what I'm using to power it, or to make it move. And I've got 4 boosters, which give you like extra turbo boost to help you go super fast. Our cabin we used is a light cabin because I wanted it to be as fast as I could get it, and you know, light and all that. This thing, accuracy of mounted weapons by 30%. It's just, if you can use these kind of legendary cabins or extra special ones, they usually come with some sort of extra power or ability. So those can definitely be helpful to try to add those if they fit in what you're trying to do. So let me take some of this stuff off so I can start showing you the guts here. It's so convenient that you can put it right back too after. Alright, so Ampere, this is just a little bit of extra energy, right? Yeah, it's just 2 extra energy, and I think I just needed that so I could do a couple extra little accessories and stuff I wanted. So that's that. The car jack I've explained is what helps you tip over. Maybe I'll show you how that works when I take this for a little test drive in a minute. And then the hot rod engine is the same one I've already showed off. It's pretty good. I have a different type of engine that's solid like this, but that one draws like power, like it takes, or energy I mean. So like, see this cord, it says energy drain 2. I have a different one of these that draws energy. So this one I was just trying to be really efficient with energy, so I didn't use the one that drew the power. Let me reassemble. Right, let me take a look over here. See in my stats, gives you the power score, how durable it is, how many parts you use, how close you are to the tonnage, and how your acceleration goes, plus your energy. We see it's maxed. So the more and more stuff you put on it, the slower it'll kind of be able to go as well. So we were really just trying to go light and fast. So let me show off. This is it, top speed. It's like 95, 96, 97, 98. Oh, we can hit 100. We can hit 100 kilometers an hour. So that's our max. Remember with our tank, I don't think I called attention to it, but it was only like 55. Maybe the speedier one was a little more, 60 or something, but yeah. And then the other thing I can do, let me show off the boosts. So now we're going fast, right? We're going 100, yeah, all right. 4 boosts. Yeah, so that's how you use your boost. So here's car jack. See, he tries to yeet you up into the air and help you flip over. So yeah, the boost, you have a limited amount of fuel that you can use for those in a match, so you can't just go cruising around all the time, but they definitely can help you get extra speed. So the idea with this one is you want to just use mobility and being annoying to try to pester enemies and just keep constant pressure on them. So see, I'm just holding the fire button down, and my machine gun, you'll see, shoots for a while, and then you have to reload, and then it comes back. These 2 energy weapons, the front 2 on like the hood and the top of my cabin there, those 2 things, once you start, they're just constant fire the entire time. So it's not heavy damage with them on any individual shot, but over time, if you can keep persistent aim on them and can use your speed to kind of avoid taking big hits when you engage with an enemy, that's really where this vehicle shines. So the other idea is you can, try to hit, like we're doing, trying to hit weapons and stuff. You can also be trying to just go and try to drive circles around them and stuff like that, and try to take out their, like the enemy's wheels. That's something else you can kind of do with something like this. You do have to be careful when you're going too fast. The screen starts to turn red like that. That means you're like overheating, and if you're not careful, you'll like blow up. So this thing for melee, it can do solid damage at high speed, but keep in mind the only thing we're hitting is our wheels. So when their durability goes, now you just run in and break your wheels. So you got to be careful with melee on a vehicle like this one. It's really meant to just try to avoid direct contact, try to stay away from some of the big heavy attacks, and just put consistent pressure on them and really pester them. In a team dynamic anyways, you know, like, you're not expecting to take very many cars completely off the board with this vehicle. But the hope is that as long as you can avoid doing stuff like I did, where you lose your wheel and your mobility goes down, you want to just keep distracting and putting pressure on them and trying to just help as like a support. But yeah, let me see, how does this do? Oh wait, no, cancel. I want to change it back to the regular PvP. Whoa. 200 kilometers an hour. Yeah, no, you can go very fast with this thing. So, I mean, you can use these boosts in a couple ways. If you're like, you know, you're stuck in a bad spot and you need to get out of a spot quickly, you can power through with those boosts and try to get up to speed a lot faster. So, if, you know, if you got an enemy that's about to aim a cannon at you or something, you try to boost out of there. That's sort of the idea with those. Or you just cover ground quickly and help you run up on them faster. But again, we really don't want to be in positions where we're engaging the enemy without any backup. Or we're like caught trying to rush straight forward at like a heavily armed one that's like shooting rockets or like a cannon or something at them. Like if we're fighting my other vehicle, the tank, we want to try to be coming from the sides more so than direct frontal assault. They just kind of did a dumb move and rushed straight in here. They should not have done that. See, we got the finishing blow, but I doubt we really did too much of the damage. I almost forgot that's a death pit there. This was dumb. And I'm out of my boosts. That's the thing, yeah. Very little health, so you can, you know, your stuff gets shot off really easily. I'm trying to just go straight after this guy's wheels, but having a hard time hitting him. Oh, here we go. We finally got rid of that one. Nice. Oh, yeah, flip an ally. There we go. I forgot that's the thing you can do. See, there would have been a great spot where I could use my boost to quickly get moving again, but I just don't have my boosters anymore because they were shot off or blown off or whatever, so try to take out his guns. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. See, now he's not going to be doing much. Nice. Oh, we're struggling to move now, though. Oh, man, our whole front wheels are gone. Alright. We're on Overwatch. You know, that's what we're doing. That dude. That guy. Get him. Get him. Don't drop into the death pit. See, that's the thing. Over time, if we're unchecked, our damage stacks up pretty well. So that's the thing with those guns. It's constant, small damage, but you can, if you get good aim, you can keep adding and stacking that damage. And if you could avoid having to get caught in like a big head-to-head against a larger vehicle, like we were able to avoid that this match, you can really do a lot of damage and really help out. So we had a really good game, but we just, other cars did a lot more of the heavy damage. We just were pestering and applying constant pressure at certain times and taking off some of the like weapon parts and cars, and we're able to give a constant stream of damage that got us a couple kills because we were just constantly hurting the enemy. So we were able to kind of really help drain down some of the final stage of their health. So that was kind of a good example of that vehicle working pretty well, even though we lost our boosts pretty early. Woo! I wanted to see if I would blow up. But yeah, see, you can really easily lose your wheels and your parts in a super light vehicle like this one. So that's why you gotta try it not to run straight forward into them. I do really like a lot of the background music in these, especially on the weight screens and stuff like that. Ooh, this is a weird map. Watch out! We gotta watch out for that stuff because it's toxic. That's the ex-girlfriend lake over there. That stuff will do damage over time.
They're already here.
Oh, it's a neutral base one, right? Is that the deal? Right, so we're all kind of competing over the same base. Because the boost kind of just got me around that obstacle faster. Nice! See, constant pressure, constant just pain in the neck, thorn in their side, and we can get solid kills and stuff doing that. Plus, we took aggro and attention away from our ally, who it seemed like was packing a bigger punch than us, you know? You know, why don't we just stay on the objective? Also gives you an ability to choose, are we going combat, are we going objective? Let's go objective. Alright, this guy's big though. We're gonna watch out for him. Yeah, he took out some of our tires, huh? I couldn't get my boost before he took it out. If I can hit his tires though, that would help. No, they're killing me. Somebody else came from behind me, I think. That's okay. We outnumber them, so we just gotta be careful. Who's the guy who was fighting? Oh, they're both attacking this guy though. They have the numbers game 2-on-1 right now. Oh, I forgot my controller was vibrating with my mic. Oh, see that rocket barrage? Sick. Oh god. Guys, come on, go help our teammate, man. Oh, two of our other guys are dead. How do we loot? I don't know how our third guy died. I didn't see the third one die, but see, that was the thing. We had the numbers on paper, but those two were going together and engaging 2-on-1, like me and that other dude did at the beginning to take out that other guy, right? That's really what you want to try to do. And in a 1-on-1, I wish there were more like 1-on-1 battles between vehicles in the like PvP. That'd actually be really sick to do. I'd be curious to see how that kind of stuff works. Like if they did it like public matches, but probably a lot easier to match them in groups like this. But yeah, because then you could really see, like, you know, how does the smaller vehicle use the map or the terrain or its quickness to its advantage, or does the big one catch it in the open and just launch a barrage of rockets at it and take it out, you know? You'd have to see stuff like that, or you'd get cool matchups like two big tank looking things going after each other, or two artillery vehicles that are just launching stuff cross map at each other. Like, you could have some crazy battles if you did it that way. Sorry. It's just sometimes when the turrets get out of sync because they pass like a field of vision or something, so you get constant like alternating fire. It just sounds so much funnier to me sometimes. But yeah, so see, right, this one, we're left side, they're right side. We're both trying to go down our long pathways to get to the neutral base. So I like that there are a few different types of game modes that you'll come across that do add to the variety and make it, you know, so you're not just doing the exact same thing every single time. Oh, nice. He's going cloaked. They're trying to cross behind us that way. I'm gonna get out of immediate field of view because I am an easy target for some artillery if I'm not moving and kind of obscuring vision. Okay, this is a bummer. That's the one thing you also get sometimes with a lot of teammates is people are trying to do the same thing in opposite directions or stuff like that. Oh, this guy's got the shotguns. I gotta remember to use the boost more to get me out of some of these conflicts. See, I haven't used this vehicle in a while. I forgot that's really when you want to use the boost. Get me out of direct combat. See, I couldn't get the self-destruct and turn around quick enough. Caring about this game. I'm just gonna go to the garage. Do I want to show the campaign with it? Maybe not this one. Alright, so let me just, I'm going to roll through a couple of these other ones. This guy, Speedy Artillery. Okay, right. Alright, let me take a look at this guy. This was a weird one. He's like long and skinny. Yeah, I had, what did I do with this? The Dead Man Cabin. So it helps you reload a lot faster. It's got the energy like plasma cannon, and it's got a regular firearm cannon. It's got that, right? Yeah, the Hulk cannon. Extra ammo, some of that stuff. So yeah, let me show you. I can X that up. All right. Also, it's got some cool. I actually put a lot more into like some of the extra designs. So you can get like different colored paint jobs, different decals and stuff like that you can put on them. Plus some of the cosmetic things like, you know, this little wing, like exhausts and like spoilers, headlights, things like that. So you can you unlock and craft some of those as you go. Plus they're always releasing packs that you can buy that have some cool special stuff. So yeah, this one, it's got the big visor that lets you see long distances, so it'll help for like using your artillery at range. And it's got the two different types of artillery. This guy. It's got this generator thing again, right? Because that gives me better energy. It's also got one of these guys, the Chameleon. So this is what lets you go into like Predator stealth mode. For limited time. It's like up to 10 seconds. There's another one that's like 6 seconds. This is the higher version of that. Ooh, excuse me. This one, what does this do again? Projectile speed, range. Okay, yep. Reduces plasma charging, so it's best combined with the plasma cannon. I remember that now. Okay, yeah, it's been a little while since I've used this one. I don't remember like where my head was at when I was creating it. I don't think I used an engine on this one. Or no, did I put it in the front? I put it in the front, didn't I? Like a normal engine. Yeah, we'll use the hot rod again. Okay, yeah. So now let me fix my mess automatically. Assemble. Let me give it a little test drive. So yeah, you know, I mean, I've got the little, whatever you call those things, the hologram stuff. It's just fun. But yeah, so you can kind of really speedy move along to whatever area you need to be to try to take up a good kind of sniping position. You want to use your scope, and then you want to start unloading your artillery. So you've got R1 for me is the artillery cannon, and then this is L1 is our plasma. So what I want to be remembering is constantly trying to speed up my reloading button with that other side button. That's what helps me increase my how fast I can reload my plasma cannon stuff. And I move, you know, they found you, now you try to move to a different spot before they can get you. So that's sort of the idea with this one. Oops, I forgot on the side you have that thing blocking your your vision. Yeah, so this cannon that I'm using, it's not quite as powerful as the one I was using like in the tank build. So that's something I could consider if I want to try to swap it out at some point and make it stronger, make it better. But what's nice with this cannon that I am using, even though it's slow, it's got a lot better rotation. So I can be parked like this or like this, and once it takes the time, it'll, you know, it'll spin around and it has a better ability to aim in different directions. So it doesn't have to just be straight on, basically, which is nice because you can also be speedy and trying to stay away from enemies and, you know, still try to get to a decent angle on an enemy, though it takes longer. You know. Right. Also, yeah, when you're in stealth, you have the set time limit, but firing will immediately take you out of it. So will taking damage. So if you're in the middle of getting shot by like a machine gun or something, don't try to go cloak, because then the bullets will hit you and you'll waste your cloak. You know. But that's pretty standard stuff. But yeah, obviously this one not optimized for any kind of melee because it's light and fast and just does good damage from afar. Really not meant to be engaging in melee at all. So yeah, that's the idea with this guy. Let's give him a battle or two. See how he kind of holds up. Shoot against him. Doesn't have a lot of oh well, I guess it's not gonna matter. I was gonna say he doesn't have a lot of crazy armor or nothing. Oh, this guy, I think, has one of those, like, the crazy artillery kind of things. I'm curious to see which ones he's got. Cloak to try to get back away. Oof, some dude just ran in behind me with a flamethrower. I didn't see him. Oh, that happens. Damn it. Didn't see that. I'll do one or two more with this little one, but yeah, it's more just, you know, it's meant to be more like a sniper, pretty much. You gotta try to find a spot where you're hidden, when you can see them, and you gotta land some good shots with it. That's really the theory or the idea of that one. So, yeah, the king. So those, no, those are 6 flamethrowers. Okay, yeah. They got like the crazy epic flamethrowers. It looks like. No, wait. Is that it, or are they dropping mines? No, this guy is dropping mines, right? I think that's what those are that he's using. I think the enemy's got the flamethrower right now. Yeah, I do probably mines and stuff, I guess. That mine is that's another one. It's got a lot of armor, this guy's whatever you call it, his vehicle, but it seems like it's really like just a really well armored support, more so than it is one that's gonna take on another big vehicle one-on-one. Oh, this guy haven't been able to watch it all. He was himself up. Yeah, I wanted to see what his artillery thing was. Oh, I got the assist on that one, right? I was gonna kill. Yeah, let's try one more, because I didn't really get to do much. I was in a bad spot and couldn't get any good shots for like a minute or so, and then by the time I started getting a couple good licks in, then they saw me and just hit me from behind with the flamethrower. That's off map. What are you doing?
To capture the enemy base.
This one, sometimes you can get it in the city or something. Be a little bit more incognito. Oh, I was dumb. Oh, god damn it. I'm stupid. I didn't mean to. Oh, god damn. Hey, thank you. Muchas gracias.
Capturing the base. Cover me.
Watch out for other enemies that might be trying to think the same thing I am. Sometimes it's tough to tell where the where the cloaked enemies are. Oh, fucking Christ! All right, well then you get that. That dude just had crazy shit and blasted me, so I shouldn't have gone so far. I should have tried to stay back and just find angles from back behind me. Let me do one more. That was fucking stupid. Let's do one more actual match, and then I'll show off a different one. But yeah, this is another one that really isn't all that strong or nothing. It's really just super kind of situational if you're able to get good value from what you're bringing. But see, yeah, you can a couple good hits and you blow right through what it's got. You know, it's super lightly armored, and so it's fast. But most other things that are more like artillery or snipers, usually you see more of those as being heavier built machines. So we're kind of a weird one since we're meant to be light and fast, but if you're sitting down and not paying attention and you can't move out of the way quick like I did, then it defeats the whole purpose. So it's kind of tough. It's meant to have function to be used on the fly in addition to just regular sniping, but I haven't played in so long. I'm not very good at doing the, you know, sniping on the move. Oh, there are two of them. Shit. Well, rip. Alright. God damn it. Whatever. It seemed like a really good guy to go after, but then we just got double teamed, so fuck. I'll try one more and hopefully not get blasted instantly right in the first 10 seconds. Oh, I get confused which one was for which turret. Attack. Sometimes you get funny random, so just like you'll both just be spamming those commands.
Maximum alert. Let's move. They're coming. Lots of them.
a heck of a lot. Here we go.
Shooting, brother.
Probably no one that hit him, probably panicked him and launched him off. But nice! That was a good hit. Probably trying to roll this way. Yeah. Super speedy, whatever you call it. Oh, it's that thing that's totally Oof, yeah. I couldn't get out of that stupid the things that grab you and harpoon you. Yeah, that's the thing. It's tough to do that because it seems like the way the game's mostly played is if you're an artillery, you want to be heavily armored. So to be a speedy artillery, kind of like this, is tough. Yeah. I'll deal with that in a minute. I wasn't really planning to join a clan on stream, so I'll see. This is another weird one. I'm not going to do much battles with it, but I'll just kind of show you what the deal is, I guess. But yeah, this was another strange one. You're kind of a little fast, and you got the cloaking. You want to take up a decent position at a good range. And it's the same kind of deal where you've got the one kind of cannon. Oh no, it's not a cannon. Okay, no, I'm misremembering. So my main things are these two crossbow launchers that shoot explosive bolts, and then this is more. It doesn't really have ammo. It's just a sort of a heavy little gun to pepper the enemies with some decent damage. But yeah, the crossbows, you want to hit them, they stick in the enemy, and then they explode. That's kind of the idea with this one. So this one's decent, but it's the same kind of deal where you just... It's so lightly armored, and it like the look in the back, the pinwheel, and then that big spinning thing that gives you the energy is all wide out in the open. And this little tower where my taller crossbow is, with solid weapons, is not super durable, you know. So it's like not gonna be one that survives big contact with tough enemies. So it's, again, it's one you really want to try to get to an area where they're not going to be able to see you. Get some shots in, get the crossbows on, but then you want to move and find a new spot to go to, and then get that in, but then you want to try to leave and get out of the way, you know? Or you can get around to the backside of some and try not to get launched up in the air like I did. Does that do it? No, I think I missed with this one. Yeah. So that's this one. It's similar to that other one, but it's a little more fun with crossbows, and it has, instead of just both being kind of more artillery/ranged, it does have like a lighter weapon on the front, so it can do some solid damage over time. But let me get to some of the others. Okay, so Sneaky Slasher is a bit more fun. This is one of the ones that I actually enjoy a bunch. So, and it's actually been fairly effective when I can use it right. So let me do a better breakdown and do some matches with this guy. Let me see. Unless it's all obsolete at this point. He's one that it's pretty simple, all things considered. He's got your two big drill, like the borer things, and your buzzsaws on the side. They're organized in a way that they should all pretty much hit simultaneously, or at least some of them will, you know. You don't have one that's sticking out too far. And so if you're able to get them corralled, you've got a good little wall of damage you can hit them with right in the front. And it's got these little blade things that just kind of sort of protect the wheels and might let you side swipe people or hit them as you turn or something. The cabin I used is called How. So this one, damage weapons and drones increases while there are enemies that are close to you. This is a melee vehicle, so you generally want the enemies to be close to you when you're engaging with them, so that's good. The couple things that this thing does that are like kind of special, I will show you. Move some of these things out of the way. Well, I mean, that thing, yeah, I'll move. Because, yeah, you've seen this big spinning rim thing that, what, the Apollo? Or, yeah, the Apollo is the big generator, right? Gives you the most extra energy you can get. I have a couple of extra doors in the back, just as extra armor, I guess. And to protect it for if this thing blows up, but only does so much. So the other modules I have are this engine, the Cheetah, which is a good one to show. Because this is the one that does drain energy, but it gives you better tonnage, better mass limit, and a bit more speed than the hot rod does. So you get more from it, even so that's kind of the trade-off. Also, it reduces turret cooldown. I really wasn't getting it for that because I don't have turrets and stuff. This thing is the radar. It's just a better version of radar. Seen the cabin. So here are some of the special abilities that it's got. And it's actually good that I'm taking a look at this because I forget some of it too. Let me see. So have just regular jack. Okay. The things that it's got that are special are as follows. The chameleon you've seen. That is the stealth module. We've seen those. We've used them on our ranged ones. These ones are going to work a little differently because we're not trying to stay hidden and find a sniping spot. We want to stay hidden as we roll up on an enemy, and then we don't uncloak until we're basically hitting them or about to hit them. So that's how we're using stealth for this one. The daze is really specific, but it's pretty cool. So when it's activated, right, it disables enemy weapons in a close area. It'll do it for a few seconds. And then it'll stop, and then it'll do it a second time for a few seconds. So it is solid. I believe it limits your own damage to a degree when it's in effect, but I mean, it really completely disables enemies from being able to shoot you and stuff. So it should, if you're able to get a good angle, should allow you to get some good damage in before they're able to really shoot back at you. And then this thing, the Tormentor, when you activate it, it increases the damage of melee weapons by 80% for 6 seconds. So this is kind of another thing where it's like, you come in out of nowhere if you use the card right. You come in under the radar, they don't expect to see you. You appear out of your cloak by using this daze thing, so you start hitting them and you disable their weapons, so they're getting hit and hopefully pushed around some by your melee machine. They can't fight back right away, and then as you're on them for good damage, then you can activate the Tormentor and start doing extra damage while you do it. So that's kind of the idea. You want to strike kind of fast and unseen and try to bully the opposing vehicle by not letting it move or getting it from a good angle to try to take out tires, take out weapons, or burrowing into the side of it. So yeah, that's kind of the way the vehicle is meant to be used. Let me kind of show you a little bit outside, and then we'll do a couple battles with it. So okay, R1 is the daze, L1 is the thing. Alright, so oh wait, I rolled over that thing, so it whoops. I didn't realize I rolled over that thing and it took me out of stealth, but that's okay. So we engage, we activate this thing that's starting to disable enemy weapons. Then we activate L1 to do crazy damage for our weapons. Yeah. Then if we can, we try to go invisible, find our next target. Boom! Try to lock it in, disable its weapons while we go to town. Now we just activate our L1 to start stacking extra damage. We're bullying it around so it can't really get us to the front of it or towards wherever its weapons are. So that's kind of the idea for this vehicle. It's you want to try to roll up unseen or mostly unseen and then appear and start doing damage right away before they have time to react. And then when they start to react, you hit them with that thing that dazes them and takes away their weapon's ability to activate. And then you can also, whoop, I hit the terrain there, but then you start doing extra damage with your own vehicle as you use the Tormentor. So yeah, that's the idea with this this vehicle. Let me see how it works in a match. I've had some really great matches with this vehicle, but then I've had some where I just make a bad call, bad timing, or you try to go and get in on a car, but you hit the terrain, or you get caught at a weird angle, or you think you've got one that's isolated, but then 3 other vehicles are able to see you and start shooting you because they're a little farther away. So, it's not like it's foolproof or nothing, but it is a lot of fun. I might actually see if it's possible for me to go towards B, because that might be where an enemy is, so I might be able to try to start going. What the fuck? He just blew himself up. That's kind of lame. I'll be able to go towards B, try to see if I can find any enemies and sneak on up to them. Rush up to that guy. Nice. Disabling his weapons. We're still on top of him. We're using L1 to do extra damage with our weapons. We're fucking destroying him. See? That's what you want to do with this machine. But somebody did see me from behind, so that's the only flaw, was somebody else on their team came to the rescue. So, we got really was hitting us from behind a lot. That sort of situation where, alright, I'm wrecking this dude, but then his allies came in and were shooting at my vulnerable stuff from the rear. And obviously I can't go into stealth because I'm engaging with the enemy, so yeah. That's kind of, you kind of got to see the strength of that vehicle, but also where it's kind of weak when you got enemies hitting it from behind and you're not able to get out of harm's way. But we kind of took one down with us, but we were in a bad position from the start when one of our guys self-destructed and then we had other guys losing battles. So, but yeah, see, we were the only one who did kind of good on our team. So that's kind of where the match went. Nobody got any assists. Nobody else did anything. The only kill was ours. To be fair, I guess I did, in terms of the score, second best in the whole game, I guess, since I'm pretty sure I completely killed that guy. I don't think, maybe I had another ally who got some shots in from the side or something, but no, actually I wouldn't, because they would have gotten an assist if they did. So no, yeah, I just completely destroyed that one guy from scratch. Yeah, that's why. Oh shit, this is like, we're dropping right into the start. Usually there's a little bit of a wait. Oh, whoops, I was checking on a stream thing. Whoopsie. That's okay. If you want to capture this, but you really want to try to look for a good target before they obviously kind of see me. I see this guy rushing in. Let's try to go out and engage him first. Yeah, he's like a artillery guy. Disable his artillery so he stops trying to shoot my people. I'm going a little slow, but I should be able to catch up to him in a second. He's running away. I was worried he was running straight back to his guys, which he really is. But they weren't able to take me out. If I can get over to hit him though. Sweet. He's just a little bit faster than me, sadly. Yeah, shoot. A little bit of a wild goose chase. I was able to stop his barrage, which is kind of the idea, but... Oh, that was a drone. I thought I was rolling up into a guy that... Boom. Hit him, but he just isn't slowing down enough. That's the thing. You do slow down some when you go into this thing. This guy, I think, just had too much for me to deal with. No, we both comboed that guy. Nice. Those drones are annoying. They don't do tons of damage. But yeah, we lost some of our, whatever you call them, some of our components and other items there. But yeah, see, we did okay. We chased off the artillery guy who was peppering our dudes with some shots at spawn, but we weren't able to really get enough damage in on him. So that's the thing. Sometimes you gotta try to judge it. I didn't realize how quick he was going to be, and to play armchair quarterback. What I should have done there is not done the daze to take out his weapons, because that slows me down too. And I didn't really have him at a good angle at all. I should have just come out of invisibility and by hitting him and pressed the L1 button to do the extra melee damage. That's what I should have done, because I could have really started tearing into him for a bit, and then maybe once I got a few seconds of damage, maybe then tried the daze to see if, to try to do it that way. But yeah, those are the kind of things that when you play as a certain vehicle a number of times, you learn to really judge how to best use what abilities you're bringing at what time. And that's the thing. When I was playing this game a few months ago, and I played like a ton of matches as Sneaky Slasher here, I got pretty good at kind of eyeballing, okay, this guy's fast, I should avoid using my daze thing unless I can get him pinned into a wall or something, Yeah, let's see. I'm going to try maybe there's one more match with this one. And I've got another fun sort of melee one I want to show you next that has a similar idea, but with flamethrowers. That's like their whole squad there. Come on him. There we go. Gonna disable his stuff, but I think maybe I shouldn't have. Oh, how'd I miss? Shoot. We gotta get to him. Here we go. He lost sight of me and we just smashed right through him. Damn. We're in trouble now though. I don't daze them when they turn the corner. Yep, nice. Get some good damage on his legs. We can't get around to him though. That's the only thing about the spider bots. It's so awkward sometimes. I should have been doing my self-destruct way sooner. I could have actually blew up on that guy. But yeah. I want to do one more as this build because I'm having a lot of fun with this build. See, this guy's got like more like snowmobile. He's got a couple different types of treads, and what are his? He's got like some cool different types of like machine guns. That dude has got nothing right now, so we can't really check him out. We've got a spider tank dude on our side. What are these cyclones? Looks like more energy / plasma weapon. I wanted to see what his weapons did. But yeah, it's cool to see what other people have, so you know, hey, what's good or what's not, Remember, for a while, I like wound up constantly getting killed by like a bunch of bots that were kind of like this one that I have, where it's, they were great melee ones who could just catch you on the side or from a good angle and would just push you around and damage until you were dead. So I was like, why don't I build me one of those types of vehicles so that I could try to do the same thing. I really want to hit that thing. Blur, blur. Blur, blur. Alright, last one here with this design. Then I'll show off the other cool sort of melee / close range one that I've got. That works fairly well. Good. Yeah. I'm getting stuck on the terrain like an absolute plank. Okay. This is another one with like death pits, so we gotta be careful when we're going across these bridges. Are they all over in one spot? They seem like they're kind of all. I'm gonna do this to disable some weapons and start doing that. I would love to get better damage with these weapons, but I haven't been able to because I didn't get a good shot on the side of that guy. I should have just done solid damage when I suicide bombed, but I don't know. Some of those things it feels like it's just okay. The only thing I don't know what the OP stuff is in this game. I play it a lot, but a lot for me is still casually. I haven't like grinded so much of this shit where I have all like crazy items. So a lot of my stuff, you know, but you kind of have to really use. I really have to make sure I'm using my vehicles as best as I possibly can for their abilities, or else you never know. You have a tendency to get beat up pretty easy if you're not really on the top of your game when I'm using my designs, just because I don't have the best armor rating for my light vehicles and the heavy ones, or the best version of a rocket launcher or a machine gun. You know, like you run into some of that, but still the game is so fun. The game is an absolute blast. And when there are some of the special event brawls and stuff, some of them, they give you certain vehicles to play as, and those could be so fun, because everybody's playing as the same thing, so you can get a little more, or the same couple of things, so there's a little more where you can see who's got skill versus who's just got used to having good items. But yeah, it is a wicked fun game. I just want to see the end of this, get some points or whatever, then I'll move on to the next build. I forgot you can do emotes or whatever where people are like laughing or keeping the whole room and stuff. They've got a few funny looking what do you call those, holograms? What are those? Not sure if he's launching artillery at an arch or if it's like some of those drones that you can launch at an arch. I have a drone vehicle, but they're not the ones that you launch. They're the ones that you deploy right from your vehicle. I'll show that off in a minute. You know, he's launching drones. Yeah, that's cool because you launch them into an area. They'll cover a certain area, and then when enemies get close, they'll go and attack them. And then some, I think, you can launch and attach to enemies, and then they'll follow the enemies until they are disabled or the enemy shoots them down. Yeah, I think have this. Oh no, he's going to the death pit! Take him in! Do it! Do it! Do it for the win! Yes! Oh no! Come on! Yeah! Oh man! I'm rooting for this so hard! Yes! Yes! Oh, he just can't quite get him into the death pit. Oh, he's going on his own. I've had one of those where, like, the first thing that happened in the match before people really started hitting each other, there was like a little bit of fire going on from across the way, but it was one of those ones with the big death pit, and I was either this speedy slasher or one of my other more melee type ones, and I really had a perfect shot where I went into the stealth, came up around behind an enemy who was right on the edge, and just took him straight off, and I went off with him. So I just smashed into him and dove down the Sparta pit with him. It was one of the funniest things I've done in this game. It's just instant. All right, it's a 5-on-5. Now you do something. You know, it's a mutually assured destruction right off the rip. All right, let me show you this, but maybe a little better, or maybe a little more. Has a little more variety, I guess. Rip and burn. This is after I was watching the Battlebots show, and they have a robot on that show, Sawblaze, that's like slash and burn. This is a little different, but it's kind of a tribute to that. But the idea is more of these buzzsaw things, plus these to help kind of corral and damage the enemy a bit in a head-on collision. But the main idea is, yeah, you want to send them into the middle of these little buzzsaws, and you've got two of these big flamethrowers. Similar idea where we've got this big, the big generator, and we've got it's got the same cheetah engine, so we get good speed and stuff, car jack, the radio, the normal stuff. But we've also got our stealth. This one isn't the really big one like we had in the other vehicle, so it's only 6 seconds of stealth, but same idea where you can really try to go and pick a target, line them up, kind of get invisible to get around the side or the back of them and start engaging. The other thing, well, I guess it might not be, was it this? Yeah, I've got the Tormentor to go and give the give the extra melee damage, which is helpful when you can get into tight / close range. The other thing is here it is, the cabin, the blight. I can't really put it down, but yeah, the blight. I can, nope, there it is. When I can select it. What this one does is you have a thing that you can, a special ability with it that gives extra damage to your flamethrowers. It turns the flames from orange to green, so you do extra flamethrower damage. So let me reassemble it. Also, I haven't mentioned it yet, but yeah, when you start doing things like this that have special abilities and separate buttons, it tries to put it all on the same button. But you go to this thing where you see like the little turret picture next to your blueprints. And that's how you change what button you press to do which ability for your active stuff. So this is the R1 is what I push to do extra damage with my flamethrowers. The flamethrowers are both together at L1. The buzzsaws are convenient. They're always running until they're destroyed. Circle is usually my go-to for the cloaking, and so the Tormentor being down is just something you got to adjust to for this vehicle. But yeah, let me show it off outside. I think it's after you have to be driving for a bit. See how my R1 meter is filling? So once you drive for long enough, then you get the extra ability with your flamethrower. So usually by the time you reach an enemy, you've driven for far enough that you should be able to do it. So we go invisible. Come in, we start doing that. Green fire with our buzzsaw. This thing is a beast. But yeah, we did just lose one of our little forks. So, and all the stuff is right on the front end. So again, it's one of those where our stuff isn't super well protected. So it can be easy to lose your stuff if enemies are targeting your weapons and can see them. You know. The flamethrowers, you can see, have good ammo. That's their ammo for the whole fight / match. And you know, they have a meter just like your machine guns and stuff do. So you can only shoot them for so long before they overheat and need to reload. But you know, you can keep using them until you run out of ammo with them. This thing is, when you get it lined up real well with these good weapons and stuff, though, this thing is so brutal. But yeah, see, we ran right into explosive parts that took out our other flamethrowers, some of our pieces. So that's the only thing to be careful of with when you're using melee weapons is when you hit something that's going to blow up, it will do some damage back at you. It'll do damage to the opposing vehicle, but it is going to affect your melee weapons and your front end. But yeah, let's try to do a battle or two with this thing, with Rip and Burn.
No heroics, boys.
Forgot some of the random voice lines.
It's about to get really hot.
Here we go. Boom! He was not ready! He wasn't ready! Just fucked his whole day up. See, we can do so this, you don't have to be right on top of them like our full melee build. So you can still do solid damage even at a little bit of a range, unlike like the full melee where you have to be right on top of them the whole way. But yeah, we can't really get under them like that, but yeah, see? No, yeah, that, and we almost finished this guy off too. There we go. So we had a couple assists, but we did huge damage to both. Yeah, I can see we had solid battle points or something. Yeah. So you can see this is one when used well is pretty powerful, despite not being like the all filled with top tier stuff. It's got really good stuff. Don't get me wrong. It's like this is stuff. Some of it I grinded a bit to get. Other stuff came with some sort of special things that I had bought too. So there is a bit of that in the game where sometimes it feels like, you know, to get really great stuff you have to buy it or something. You really don't. You can grind to get a lot of stuff, but it just you know you have to play the game a lot to grind more of it.
Decent number of bad guys today.
Plus, they do have like auctioning like between players, so you can take stuff that you don't want and put it up for an auction and make the in-game currency, and then you use that currency to buy parts that you might want as well. So like to get that big spinning generator thing, I bought that on the auction after I sold some of the stuff I didn't need. Eventually, as you level up, you'll get a lot of duplicate parts. So as long as you have enough parts to build each of your blueprints, if you have more of certain things than you need, like if you have multiple car jacks and you're only going to ever use one car jack per vehicle, so you can sell your extra car jacks, you know, and you can make some money back and use that to try to buy another machine gun or something else, you know. That's just another random cool feature in the game that I haven't really shown off, but I guess I could. It just destroys, but yeah. Let me do maybe one more with this. I know I've gone a little slow with some of these, so I'll go and I'll do this last match with this design because I have a couple more designs I want to show off, and then we'll get to the flying vehicle and maybe try a round or two of trying to improve it, you know. Oh right, the toxic cesspool things. Forgot about those in this map. Oh, maybe those aren't it. I can't remember which ones were. You see me? Probably. Me go cloaked, so I'm not getting sniped. Oh, the geysers are what messed you up on this map. That's right. Boom! Oh, I was pushing the wrong button to try to reverse. I'm dumb. I mess myself up there doing that. He had a good Olay move with his, whatever you call it, with his card jack. Oh, I think it's just an ability he has. That's cool. But yeah, they were shooting me from behind a lot. I guess all of our guys got wrecked in the time it took me to engage with that first guy too, so that's not a great match, but that's fine. I want to move on. I'm gonna probably play this game again. I'll do more stuff with certain builds, you know. But yeah, I've got 2 more I'll kind of show you, and then we'll do some stuff with the air cavalry one I have. So let's go. This is one of my few like older / original designs I've kept. I had another one, War Pig, and some stuff with shotguns and everything, but I eventually got rid of them in favor of doing newer, better stuff. But this one is still a power level like 3000, just in case I want to ever do some lower level stuff and just do things that way. Yeah, the idea with this one is pretty simple. He's got the cool little crossout thing. He's sort of fast. He's got the blades and the bull bar and stuff to do some melee, but he's got 6 machine guns. So he's just gonna try to do a flurry of machine gun fire on you. And then when and if he's able to, and he doesn't get stuck, he'll try to side swipe you or do melee damage to you when he can. But yeah, it's literally, look, it's got like all the frame stuff holding the outside together, so it's not super highly armored. It's just fast with a whole firing squad worth of machine guns. Wait, let me get them all going at the same time. That's the idea with this guy. Very simple, very, very basic. And it's red and blue. See, like, we just got the 3 machine guns and 2 rows right on the front of the car on some basic little platforms that are not very durable at all. Oh, yeah, this was like one of my first few like special vehicles I made once I'd got enough stuff to start being really creative with it. And that's what I did. This one varies in how effective it can be. I've seen in some of the multiplayer stuff. Sometimes it's really good and you get a lot of great stuff from it. Other times, you know, it's not super strong. So you never know. It depends on what kind of fight you get into. And if how well you're able to use it. But the idea with this guy is you've got a turret that you'll drop right behind you. You've got 2 grenade launching drones that you can do, one on the right, one on the left, and it'll have a rocket launching hovering drone that'll follow you around. So the idea with this guy is this: you've got a decent front end to do some good damage if you ram somebody. So let me show kind of his main offense. He can pick up some good speed, is to do big damage like that. Then he's got these kind of the 2 front tires that have the stuff on the side like a Mad Max. So when he's able to use those, it's some extra damage on the side. Then the other 2 wheels in the back are the Batman looking ones that just kind of help, I think, you speed up a bit. For your main offense, you've got your drone that's going to follow you, shoot rockets at enemies, kind of following behind. You've also got a couple of these little grenade launcher drones that you can launch, and they'll shoot grenades at enemies, and then they'll kind of stick close to you like the drone. They'll engage whenever they get the chance and go off doing stuff, but they'll try to go close to where you're at. And then you can drop turrets like that that'll shoot rockets at whatever is in the turret's range until it leaves. So that's really the idea with this thing, is it's gonna just try to tool around, dropping little squads of drones off in whatever situations it works, and then try to do some damage ramming until it loses all the power on its front end eventually, like when you get blown up and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's kind of the idea, is you want laps around and dropping off your little drone army. The funny thing is, this is the vehicle I did most of the campaign playing as, just because I liked dropping all the drones, and it wasn't always super easy, so there were some missions that were a challenge, but in the I forgot how that just blows up so easy. Yeah, in the campaign mode, remember, you do get a bunch of like resupplies for your ammo usually throughout playing. You'll blow up AI vehicles and they'll drop more like ammo packs for you to pick up. So usually you're okay with ammo doing the campaign with something like this. But yeah, that's the idea with this thing. It's got some of the cool designs on it. I had gotten the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse pack thing, I think, so that's why I've got all the horse stuff, and then some of their weapons and their items. But yeah, so that's the idea with this guy. I'll give you this one. I don't think does much of anything. This one I'll just show you real fast. He's super lightly armored, super speedy. See what he has. Yeah, his max speed is like 108 kilometers. Very almost no durability. His whole thing is he tries to go invisible, and he can go real fast, drop a pair of turrets, and get out of the way. He can do ramming though, so he can pick up some heavy speed and come and hit you at really high velocity. So that's the other way he can be useful, but right. So I've used him in a couple matches, and he wasn't totally a goof kind of build, but he's not gonna be like one you expect to be super effective. More like, hey, let's just like rush through and distract people, maybe do a hit and run, and then leave some turrets that people kind of have to deal with. You know, that's really his whole vibe. The sneaky speedster. Yeah, that's the whole deal. Oh, that's right. I think one of the turrets isn't even a rocket one. It's just a machine gun one, because I don't have that much energy with this one either. Yeah. Boom. So you can get some good hits. So if you get good speed, but you're not durable. So if you don't take it perfect, or after you've taken a few hits in a match, you'll you'll start losing your stuff, like your components and your extremities or whatever. But it is a fun one to use. Because I wouldn't plan on using something like this if you're expecting to be really competitive. It's just more for having a lot of fun. But yeah, that's that guy. Let me re-equip, I guess, the tank prototype, because that's one I'll be on my own time. I'm going to be trying to improve. But right now, let's switch gears to our armored aircraft. Let me pull up this guy. I forgot he's kind of floating, but I can't really fix that. It's just been doing it. But yeah, he's kind of got some little eagle things on the sides and stuff. But yeah, the idea is it actually does have wheels, so it can drive. It doesn't just have to fly. So you can drive into a good spot, then switch to your propeller mode to start flying. It's got the extra energy and stuff, but it's all like right in the open on the back. He's very light, not much in the way of armor or anything. And for his weapons, he's got a little machine gun in the front that'll just kind of pepper the enemies with some light fire, more like anything to try to help find targets. You've got your standard 2 like little wasp rockets that'll reload faster. And they each fire 2 rockets. And then this big thing, the cricket, shoots 5 rockets in volleys, but takes a little longer to reload. So let me show kind of how it works. While on the ground, you know, you're driving and operating pretty much like normal. He's a speedy little fella, if a little off balance. You've got just the regular, I just use this little regular crossout thing. You want to use your machine gun, it's right in the front. So you kind of have to be facing forward to use it, but well, at least forward to a degree. You've got, with R1, are your standard rockets, and then you've got your 5 rocket thing. And now that did crazy damage because I made something explode, but yeah. Boom, boom. Oh, nice. And you pepper them with some of that stuff. Not, again, this is not one that you want to be doing any kind of melee with. You really want to go at a range. And really only have it so that it can drive around as like a fail-safe. Like if you're shot down and you still have wheels, you can still stay in the fight. Or if you're having a tough time, like flying, you can just drop to the ground. But mainly, you want to fly. So with flying, it's kind of wherever you're looking, you press the R2, and that's kind of going to define if you're going up or if you're going kind of forward or down, you know. So you kind of have to use your screen a little different maybe than you normally do, and then you can roll to the left and right with the left stick. Right, but yeah, so you know, it can be a little tough to get the hang of trying to use this thing, I have found. But yeah, you could get some good stuff going with them. It's fun once you start getting more used to the flight mechanics, which I still need to do more because I'm only sort of decent with it. I'm not any kind of great flyer with this stuff yet. But I have been in a few like dogfights with other flying aircraft, and where you've got other vehicles on the ground kind of shooting at you. And then yeah, you can always just swap and then drop to the ground, which seems like it's a fun idea, but I don't know how useful that is to do. Maybe I'm wasting space or time by trying to use the tires, but it just feels like to me it's not the worst idea to have the option to drop back down on the ground. But yeah, this thing isn't really optimized to be spending a lot of time on the ground, or at least not to get like good to be good with aiming and stuff. It's got a little bit of extra ammo from the, like, you know, those ammo crate things you can throw in, but not a lot. And yeah, see, you know, you have a lot more ammo in your regular R1 rockets than you do in your cricket barrage launcher, but still. All things considered, it's kind of just more like alt fire, because this is two pairs, so that's kind of 4, and this is 5. Now the cricket is a little different because, let me show you. The Wasp is blue, it's solid. They do the normal damage that it says. The cricket, being one of like the more legendary ones, is purple or whatever. It does good damage, but the further away from the target you are, you get more damage. So if you can hit these from a pretty long range, you'll do extra damage with this barrage, but it's harder to hit with them, so you might not hit with as many. So, you know, you gotta try to judge that. So let's try to do a battle now where we'll go against a mix generally of vehicles that can fly and vehicles that are just on the ground. Usually it's a mix. Yeah, at least in my experience so far. I don't think there are any aerial only modes yet. So See, we did some good damage once we finally did land a hit there. But tougher to land one. But yeah, as you're aiming at the thing, right? So you're dropping, you know, so it's kind of tough to get the hang of how that works. So you kind of have to just be smart about using your screen to help you lift up and go. You don't just want to be looking at an enemy like you often do, where you can move and look separately. This one, where you're looking, really affects how you're moving when you're using the what do we call it, the aerial vehicles or armored aircraft, whatever the game calls it. I'm trying to think of the game's term for it, but yes, armored aircraft. It's a part of it is just not just different movement because you're in the air now instead of just on the ground, but it is also the way the moving kind of works. Yeah, I can't help but feel like other people have some better stuff than I do. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. I was trying to turn real quick and I pushed square, which turns off your propellers instead of doing like a brake stop, you know? Like a brake, like braking and turning like you might normally do. Yeah, it's tough getting good dog fights. There we go, we got a good hit there. It's so tough doing some of these dog fights. Some of them you can do well, but others go really poorly. Like this is just so awkward right now. Damn, I was actually getting some decent range on him. But see, now I'm on the ground. Now I am just a ground-based thing. But I smashed into the wall, so that was stupid. But yeah. This guy is being dumb too. Everybody else is dead, so it doesn't matter what I do right now. But yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. But you see how that worked. I got shot down, but I still have wheels, so as long as I don't die from the fall or anything, if I still have tires, then I can still try to do something in the fight. That's the idea of why I put wheels on it. But as you can see, I'm a really lightly armored aircraft. So like the one we were going against seemed like they had better armor pieces on them, and I feel like you can probably use any kind of cabin as best I understand on it. So I might be better suited by just trying to go with a heavier kind of setup and trying to get better armor. I think that's kind of my next main round of upgrades to this is going to be trying to improve my armor situation. I like what I'm doing with the weapons. I think it's a good setup, you know, but I do need very much to improve my armor. Also just get better at learning and using the flight controls. Oh, by the way, yeah, you can land up here. Coming in on the runway. Oh, am I gonna just roll straight off? I am. Shit. Alright. This was not a great landing. Not gonna lie. I nailed that a lot better the last time I tried. Can I get out of it? Yeah, let me just gently do that. See, roll real nice. Alright, see? Here we go. That wasn't so bad. Alright, let's do one of these. Hey! What I'd love to know is, can you fight bots that are airborne yet? I don't know if they put that in the game at all. My guess is no, but it'd be kind of neat if that you can eventually fight aerial bots. Does that... I'm trying to see if I can just get the regular ground ones to come. There we go. This is interesting. I haven't really done this yet. I also, hold on, I thought I was looking for a match. Okay, no, I am. It's just taking forever, huh? Oh, that's a bummer. Oh. Are we in one? Nice, okay. I'm gonna say I should see if there are more people, if I can tell if there are more people using other modes, but I don't know. I'm really loving being able to use these flying vehicles. So.
Let's go. Chop, chop.
Oh, they got double propellers. I wonder how that works. Whee!
Get ready, enemies on the radar.
See one of those dudes way over. There are a couple up in the sky, huh? Oh, there we go. I got a couple shots on him. Oh, see, he's got the cloaking, huh? That's neat. Oh, nope. Got a little drop to see if I could confuse him, but I don't think it worked. They pretty much seem to be onto me, and I'm not doing great with controlling this thing either. Yeah, we only got just me in the sky, so that's a little tough, huh? A lot tougher when it's just one dude getting beat up by two. Because the one guy actually had a really cool design. Mine's like a Jeep with a propeller on it. And a couple rocket launchers strapped to the front. What does this guy have? What is all that? Or does he just have a bunch of... I'm not sure what... That L1 thing that drops 7 or something. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a bunch of drones. Is that it? It is. See, when he goes down, he can't really do anything. But yeah, I guess his idea is not to go down. He's better at not going down, probably, than my machine is. Alright. Let's try to see what we can do to try to improve this, right? So, we've got a kind of neat little setup, but not a heck of a lot of armor on it. Like, we were really not well armored. You know, what time is it getting to be? You know, maybe I'll save doing building more for a different stream. Maybe I'll do some building on stream in, like, the next time I play this game. If people are interested, I'll do more of that. But I feel like that's more something for me so far. I just kind of do take my time with, and I kind of have to try things and see how it works, and it's a whole process. So, and I don't want to just try to rush through it and not really do much. So to redo this, I really would want to be like redoing a whole big part of how this thing functions. So I can't really see doing that right now. I'm probably gonna do like this match and maybe a couple others, and then I'm probably just taking off. Like ending. Sorry, I didn't mean to make a really bad pun there. Sorry, I was so confused by these things being in the game. I haven't seen a match with these things yet. What exactly is this? Are there elements of PvE in this? Are there AI enemies? Is that what I'm saying? I'm kind of confused. There are, right? Oh, I'm so confused. Wow, that is weird. Yeah, I could kind of roll it, but they just blew me up because they have a better tank. Plus, I don't have any cover on my generator, and since I'm so lightly armored, when that generator blows up, I pretty much blow up. Yeah, no, so I was so thrown off by there being those floating helicarrier things. I had no idea that was a thing that existed. I haven't seen that battle map yet. Alright, let's do one more. Maybe I'll try to help capture C on the ground, and then we'll ascend.
I took the height, guys. Come on.
Oh, it's right over here. Okay. Second I see any kind of enemies, though, obviously I want to make sure I head up. You know, if they're coming
No
this way.
sleeping. Enemy on the base.
They skipped over A to go get B, but maybe that seemed closer to it. Usually A is closer to one side and C is closer to the other side, and B is more the neutral one on maps that are domination style like this. Yeah, I'm trying to do the objective, but like I'm missing the whole damn fight. It feels like. God damn. Hopefully not. Should be able to lift off in a second. Oh shit! I gotta.
One enemy down.
You kidding me? I really can't capture with the rotors going? Oh, that just killed me. I really wanted to just start those and then lift off right once it's done, but the rotors have to be completely off to do that. Oh, that's annoying, but that's okay. Oh, I hit them with one of those. Did a bunch of damage to myself too, but fuck. Jump. Get out of there. Ah, fuck. This sucks. Never really been in this part of the map before. Oh, now I'm screwed. Well, you know, it was cool for a half second. For a half second of fun, this game was really sick, and I was doing a cool aerial battle, but then you get stuck on maps that aren't really ready to handle this yet, I think, so that kind of really sucked, that I wasn't able to just finish the fight with that guy. I just got stuck in an area that you never used to be able to get stuck in because they never used to have flying things, you know, but yeah, that's okay. It did suck to end it that way. Because we came in and did huge damage to that one guy, but we didn't get to see what happened. Did he make a comeback? Did whatever? Nope, I got stuck on the thing. Now that guy, I think, is still alive, so, you know, our guy couldn't do anything. Let's do one more, hopefully one more flying mission. Yeah, we did good. We captured the objective, and then we got some good shots and damage hit on that one guy. We went right into him and blasted him and did damage to us, but more to him, and we just couldn't attempt to finish him because it sent us careening down into some weird fucking area we couldn't get out of. Oh, whoops. I didn't want to push that button. Woo! Yeah, it's tough to do some of the steering. You can also kind of do the hover along the ground thing, I guess, is so maybe some of what you should do, and then you can just quickly get up and out of there. That's more of what I gotta do, is just try out different ways of trying to move with this sort of a vehicle and see what works best. Never been on the roof of this. Oh man, I didn't realize those was all shatterable. That's sick. Didn't realize how much of the glass was there that you could just break. So that's the thing, you can't like quite go backwards when you want to. That's how I get up. What I'm debating is, I'm almost wondering if it's better to just not even have the machine gun on this and just go like rockets only. If anything, just to make it a little easier to fire, but also just to resist the temptation of like constantly facing an enemy and not worrying as much about my movement. Maybe the move to help me get used to it is to just focus on the rockets. So you worry about the movement of your machine and then hit the rocket shots when you're able to. Maybe that's really the better way to help me get used to this kind of a vehicle. And maybe just to be more effective with it too. It's really where you're facing is what helps with like which way it's panning or tilting or whatever. There's no other flying ones. I gotta try to not let him blow that. Oh no, there is another one up here, but I didn't see him. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna take a lot more practice to have a lot of fun playing this because it kind of isn't when you don't have a good machine. Like they have a super balance with 4 propellers thing that's probably a lot easier to steer and work and a lot more durable and stuff. Mine's just a light little thing that's easy to shoot down that I'm not great using, and weapons that don't really track targets at all. So it's like, yeah, I gotta figure out a way to make it to get better at it and make it a better vehicle that's a lot more fun to use than it currently is. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing the next time I sit down to play this. Whether that's on stream or otherwise, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be looking to try to make this armored vehicle, like the armored aircraft, not suck. That's the next mission. I had originally planned like, oh, part of the stream today would be that, but it takes longer, I think, than I expect to do some of the stuff. Like to go through all the blueprints, it took a bit longer than I expected. And I'm not doing super long streams. I usually only do like a couple hours during like Monday through Thursday. Like my longest streams are usually Fridays, and with them, you know, it's a bit different. But yeah. So I think I'm gonna do. I could try one more with the tank. No, I think that's a good spot to end. We kind of have the next time we play this game, what we're gonna be looking to do. I might play it again this week. Probably tomorrow. I'm doing more Dead by Daylight. So tomorrow I'm gonna try to also do a little more as Killer tomorrow. The last time I played, I was all Survivor. I'm still gonna play some Survivor, but I'm gonna definitely play a bit more Killer tomorrow in Dead by Daylight. So that's what I'm doing then. Thursday, probably jumping back into this game, and then Friday is up in the air. I gotta see. I might get back into Rust. I might do something different Friday. Actually, no. You know what I want to do is I've been wanting to restart the new God of War Ragnarok, to do a second playthrough, because I really haven't. I did one when it came out and I played a bunch of the side quests, but then I never went back to do a second playthrough or to try to play a lot of the extra stuff. but I really should. And I've been meaning to do that anyways. But now they've just added that whole extra DLC for free that I think just came out like today. So Friday, I'm going back into God of War, and I'm gonna be doing the campaign and stuff. I'll be doing some other side quests, probably too, but I don't think won't all happen on stream, but maybe. I don't know. That's tough. It's like I'd love to play tons of that, but I'd have to readjust how I'm doing the stream because it'd be a bit longer. But yeah, so the rest of this week, the way it's gonna go is Dead by Daylight tomorrow, Crossout Part 2 or whatever, some more build centric, like more build focused playing on Thursday, and getting back into God of War Ragnarok on Friday. That's the roadmap for the rest of the week. So yep, that's gonna do it for me tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.